Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. Happy Tuesday. Taco Tuesday, Tequila Tuesday, or Tea Tuesday. Whatever tea you celebrate, happy tea for you. Okay. Look, I was like, what do I want to get into today? And because it's more housewife Atlanta foolishness going on, I said, girl, just discuss this stuff today and you can get into whatever else is going on in the blogs tomorrow. Okay, so this live will not be long, okay, because again it's just this foolishness with Bravo and Kenya and them, and letting folk know what she don't like, and cussing Andy out, not cussing Andy out, but calling Andy out or whatever. Porsha, who now has a YouTube channel, and she thinks she can fool us, and she can't fool me. She could not fool me, okay? Now, I did do my recap of Love After Lockup that is up on my channel, okay? I did episodes 1 to 3 in one video. They are fooling and tripping this season, and I am going to laugh and crack jokes the whole time. So if you have not done so already, go and watch the Love After Lockup review. We did Atlanta Housewives as well. That was a good one, child. I had to get in there and stuff and call people out and whatnot. I was live on Sundays again. There's other content up. Go watch it at your leisure, okay? But this here today is some Kenya stuff, okay? Some Porsha stuff. You know, Drew, Andy, Dennis, Brit, and whatever, and we're gonna get into that. Now, look, if you do not know, you know now, okay? Where I'm at, I'm on camera. Hey, how y'all doing? Hello to all of the people around here. I had to put a sweatshirt on because I forgot I was not wearing a shirt, okay? But hi to everyone. I hope y'all already know to like the video. Okay, share the video, subscribe, and all that good stuff. It's a thing I always ask y'all to do every single time, okay? And hello to those watching live. Hello to those who end up watching the replay, okay? That would be good in all ways. Hello. Yeah, hey, stay smiling all day. This is a whole live, this is the thing, though. I am putting up more content as premieres and not lives. I need y'all to know, even if you do not see me on the live chat, that does not mean that it's not content up. I am putting up stuff as premiere because I can't. Sometimes I can't. So again, I'm very appreciative when y'all catch a live. I'm very appreciative of that. But just make sure that you're also looking at the content that is a pre-record. Okay, and even in my pre-records, y'all know it's the same antics. Okay, but again, hello to all the people. Hello to y'all. Hello and stuff to the people. Hi. Y'all know we are here. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Because again, I feel like when I was at work working. Okay, I was at work working, and I feel like when I went on the social medias and I said, "Well, what's going on around here?" I just kept seeing all kind of Bravo stuff, and I was like, "This is enough for like actually a whole live." So I said, "Yeah, okay, yeah, just do it that way, and don't do anything else, and let it be what it is." Now, I want to first get into okay. Hi. Okay, y'all pop it in. I know. Look, YouTube and look, YouTube be YouTubing sometimes and getting on my damn nerves or whatever. But we are here. So again, if you're watching live, thank you very much. If you're watching replay, thank you too. Okay, it's a whole Tuesday. I don't have. Well, I got some tequila. I just have not drank this tequila. Okay, but hey to y'all. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, because it's a thing to do because I had to share some stuff. I had to save some stuff. Now, again, some stuff we'll get into tomorrow, but today I want to start with the Bravo stuff. Now, first and foremost, wait, where I want to get into, I want to touch on Ashley because this is all Bravo ness, okay? Bravo ness, so Potomac ness, American Medicine ness, okay, and then we'll get to the Housewives of Atlanta ness. Now Ashley was around there performing, and for no apparent reason, she keeps singing songs that she sound bad in. I don't know why she keep picking songs that she don't know the words to or don't sound good singing. I am tired of Ashley White Lady Audacity Darby. Okay, she around here singing our good old song, Work It Out. Okay, I was like, I said, that ain't the words. You off beat. You're not even dancing right. Who don't know the song Work It Out? Even if you don't know all the regular words, you know the bridge. The chorus, you know that part. Not Ashley. I was like, what, girl? Look, Beyonce, please send a cease and desist. Please send an Ashley stop. Please, girl, I don't know if Ashley, maybe she got fired. Maybe Ashley is not coming back to the Housewives of Potomac. Maybe she didn't get asked back to come on around here and be foolish again. And she is trying to depend on a singing career because Michael ain't gave her no more money. She don't have Giselle and them to kick to party with. I don't know. I don't know who has influenced her to go out here and hurt our ears. Again, my only thing is you should pick songs that you one know the words to, and two it fit your voice, and you ain't did not none of that. Not on their time. Now I think I just don't get it. And she has to know she don't sound good. And I'm all for a good karaoke. Look, I am all for a good karaoke night. If you sing karaoke, you can be off key. Okay, if you are singing karaoke, you can be off key. But she's making it seem like she is a singer having performances out in public and she sounds amateurish. No one wants to see you perform, Ashley. No one does. No one. Now, again, if she wants to have karaoke night with Ashley Darby and she sing bad and we all sing bad, cool. But ma'am, please stop singing songs as if you're a singer, because you're not. And we don't like it. We're offended. Okay. She may be racist. Because she messes up all the black people songs. Sing some white people songs and mess those songs up. Okay, stop doing this to the black delegation, Ashley. We don't like it. We don't want it. Get out our face. It aggravates me. It does. Roberta Flack did not die for this. She did not. She don't want. She don't want you trying to honor her in this way. Beyonce damn sure asked you to do work it out at all. Okay, so I'm pissed. She don't sit her ass down. Girl, stop singing today and shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And that's it. Okay. Anyway, Kelly, Kelly of who's on Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all know on the recent episodes, Kelly been defending Brit. But Kelly posted around here on Monday, one thing for sure and two things for certain. Defending somebody and then experiencing why no one likes them is so humbling. I said, isn't it though? Isn't it though? Okay. Kelly was around here to try to defend. Oh, Brit not that bad. Brit is a good person. Brit wouldn't do this and Brit wouldn't do that. And what? 2 days later, 2 weeks later, however much time later, you realize, oh, Brit is a psychopath. Yeah, she is. So Kelly, is your fault because you told us that's my friend and I know how good she is and she's always real nice and give her a chance and blah blah blah. And now look at you looking foolish. Okay, let's get to Heavenly, because Heavenly is on a YouTube channel causing trouble. Why? Because she didn't get nothing else to do. Now, we have seen time and time again, everyone say, Heavenly, please stop discussing us on this show. Please do something. Leave me alone. We know her and Contessa are not cool. Well, Heavenly went on her YouTube show, and she's revealing about Dr. Scott asking Quiet for advice after a blogger threatened to release information about him allegedly being seen at a hotel with a woman. I said, Heavenly, if you and Contessa wasn't beefed out before, bitch, I feel in my spirit, in my bones, okay, and all of my body parts, Contessa gonna rock your jaw. Okay, one good time.
I really don't. I know he ain't got no kids, but I'm saying I really don't think he cheat. I really don't. Contessa gets like she in place, but I'm surprised he didn't play the part about Scott. I guess because Scott been so silent, they really probably want them to come back. But now Scott called Quad about some woman he was at a hotel with. Quad admitted it. She said he called me up and said, "How do I keep this out of the blogs?"
Heavenly coming on her channel. Heavenly coming on her channel to basically expose that Dr. Scott allegedly was messing around with something. Now, this is the thing. I'm wondering, was his point saying, I'm not going to be messing around with no woman. How can I fix it? Versus, I'm messing with this woman and I want to keep it a secret from my wife. Heavenly, that is messy. And that's the problem people have with Heavenly. Heavenly causes more drama than need be. If that went on at the reunion and they didn't air it, and whatever happened from it, it's like I feel like she takes pleasure in, like, Contessa husband cheat on her. That's girl.
Quad told him, listen, get your wife. The main thing you want to do is get your wife. And that's how we got in the conversation of she saying, I'm being miserable. Because my answer wouldn't have been your titties after she saying I'm miserable. My answer would have been, you must be miserable because you done filed for divorce 3, 4, 6 times. You done filed for divorce at least 3 times that we know of. Allegedly. One time you lied on camera and did not file. You filed a year later when we wasn't even around. And then you canceled the divorce proceedings right before we started filming. A few months before we started filming. Per Simone.
Heavenly is not a friend to anyone. Okay, Heavenly is not someone I would ever want to. I would first of all, I would never confide in Heavenly. I feel like watching this show and seeing how Heavenly is moved, I would never be able to get on a show with her and then try to befriend her because she shows herself to be a snake. Anybody who has your personal information and can't wait to run to social media to expose it isn't it's you can't trust it. And then what Simone said, Simone told me that Contessa had filed for the divorce child. Oh, Quad told me that Quad said that girl. I thought y'all was supposed to be the show that care about marriages.
These are Simone's words. She looked it up. She said she got to ask her. Ask her. I don't think she'd lie about it. I don't think.
And why Simone looking up shit about Contessa Dr. Scott? What's going on with you and Cecil?
So I presented that, and Contessa was like, what? And Quad said, yes, that did happen. He called me, and I told, and it looked like Contessa already knew, but Contessa was already pissed with Quad. That's why when he went backstage, looked like that she was happy that Simone was saying these things to Quad because all that had already transpired. Quad backed it up. She was like, yes, he called me. It ain't no lie. Why was Scott called Quad? This was years ago, though. This was maybe before the last season she was on. But he called her and said, you know what? These people saying they got some receipts on me that I was at a hotel room with this woman. How do I keep that from going to the vlogs?
Even coming on a reunion to bring up something that happened, let's say, 3-4 years ago, that never came out in public, and for Quad to bring it up, that show you how much of a messy ass. People don't like Sweet Tea based on her being married to Greg. I don't like none of them hoes. They're all messy. All of them is just waiting to pinpoint a flaw in someone else's marriage. When all of them hoes got issues, all of them. Not just one, not just two, the whole goddamn cast. From Jackie and her cheating ass husband, Simone and Cecil and that lady friend he had of his, Quad, and her bullshit. Okay, Toya calling Eugene fat, he want a biscuit. Everything. Dr. G being aggressively aggravating to his wife. All of them have some bullshit, but they love trying to point the finger away from them to have the story be about somebody else. There's no reason that Quad or Simone or Heavenly should be consistently going at Contessa and Dr. Scott's marriage. It's insane to me. But y'all, oh yeah, I'm so happy that they helped me and Cecil not get divorced. Oh, so because people helped you not get divorced, you want to not help Simone? I mean, you want to help Contessa and Scott divorce? Simone, why are you looking up information on Contessa? Quad, why are you bringing up old shit? Even if Scott did cheat 3-4 years ago, what girl? Again, the show is toxic. Is anyone girl? So that made me aggravate. That was aggravating to me. Then where the other one at? I thought I had. Oh, was this? Where is it at? No, that's not it. Girl, it was a. Wait a minute. I know I had Heavenly talking to Carlos. Oh, right here. Okay, because it was rumors about her son around here allegedly getting arrested and stuff. And they're like, well, what happened, Heavenly? You entered your kid so perfect. You're grown because the kids are grown. They're adults. They're not children. They're just, you know what I'm saying? Your kids so good. What happened, Heavenly?
It first came out, the people told me that my son was arrested. That scared the shit out of me, right? It scared the shit out of me. I was like, oh my God, let me call him. I called all my boys. Now, when you said one got arrested, I knew which one you had to been talking about. So I called that one first. And I said, no, Mama ain't.
Not quiet. Heavenly is too rich to have horrible audio on her YouTube. I need someone to get her down to the Amazon, get her a Yeti mic or some kind of microphone. Heavenly has horrible audio. Now, I don't know if it's because she talked too goddamn loud or she's too goddamn cheap to buy a working microphone.
You know, no, I'm doing fine. I'm good. Okay, good. And then so I called my baby boy and I knew he was. So I said, no, I'm good. And I think it was a lie. It's a lie out there, right? So it's long story short, it kept coming. And then I looked at the thing and I said, damn, they got the right birth certificate and everything. I said, dang, do you see what they saying about my baby boy? Do you see what they saying? And Damon looked at it and he said, baby. I said, is there some truth to it? Now, when I first saw it, the people said 2025. So I was like, okay, it was years ago. Damon never told me. He handled that shit, and that's why I love him, because he knew I would have been upset.
So let me get it straight. Your son was arrested, not charged. He was arrested for something. Your husband handled it, okay? And because he knew how upset you would be, he didn't tell you. However, did he not think if you found out and you ain't know, that would make you more upset? That's stupid to me. My thing is this: you, Heavenly, shut up. Stop lying. Heavenly knew something, and it didn't come out, in my opinion, because I don't understand why Damon, knowing they on a reality show, his wife was crazy as hell, why he would never tell her. And then once it got out into the atmosphere, he wouldn't say shit. Then when if he handled it back in the day, it doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, it does not make any sense, even if the son never was charged. However, he was arrested, and if it happened years ago, why would he tell you if he handled it? Girl.
He went down there, he talked to the people. Damon, my son never got charged with anything. When it first came out, the people told me that my son was arrested. It was a big misunderstanding. And Damon took care of it, went down there, talked to the people like he got some damn sense, took care of all of it. It went away, and he never told his wife because he knew his wife would have been upset about it.
And now his wife is on social media having to explain a bullshit story about an arrest from years ago that Damon allegedly handled. First of all, so many people want to act like Damon is this great man, this old, upstanding, amazing husband. Damon has to be just as fucked up as Heavenly to be married to Heavenly. To see how your wife talks and treats people and reacts to things, you have to also be a little bit cuckoo to be married to her. Stay married to her. And when she do dumb shit, you sit back, you don't say nothing. And again, I get it. I fully get you don't like other people, because no one likes Dr. Gregory, which they don't like T. You know what I'm saying? So I get all that bullshit. However, I feel like Heavenly puts on this front and says, my life is perfect. Then she'll say, well, I said it to be funny. It ain't perfect. No, Damon is just as screwed up in the head as Heavenly. Period. Ain't no way y'all on a whole reality TV show and your son is arrested and you don't mention your wife just in case it hit the blogs. And if the son was arrested years ago and was never charged, how would it come out? Because if he wasn't charged, was it a mug shot? And if Damon handled it and it was not a big deal, why hide it from Heavenly? That doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't. Heavenly is on some bullshit and Heavenly irks my nerves. But she said, Daddy handled it.
I love my man. I love my man. He prevented me from getting that, because I would have cursed everybody. I went out there like the ignorant mama. You know what I'm saying? Why did you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Y'all not feeling what I'm saying.
And if her point is, if I would have known and while it was happening, I'm pissed and I'm going to the police station acting for fool. I get her saying he didn't tell me when it happened, but once he went down there, got it straightened out, cleared it up, why would you not tell Heavenly, even just in case? So I don't know. But I don't like Damon sometimes because Damon does not Damon, in my opinion, doesn't hold Heavenly accountable in private or publicly. I get you should never check your spouse publicly. You should always have a united front. However, to me, Heavenly acts in such a foul and fucked up way publicly. Damon has never told her, babe, stop doing that shit. Because if he did, she would stop doing that shit, and she don't. So to me, Damon encouraged that shit. They be at home probably doing it to each other. Girl, they get on my damn nerves. But she said it wasn't, it was a long time ago. He wasn't charged and blah blue. Girl, whatever. I don't like Heavenly. Just hurts my nerves for all the reasons. Okay. Let's get into the people that is on the thumbnail. Okay. Let's start with Porsha because let's start with Kenya because I was on Twitter. And on Twitter, I had saw a post that was talking as if, oh, people want to say that Bravo, faked some stuff, or Bravo recorded the scenes with Porsha and Brit after Kenya's event. So I had seen that post, or where is it? Because I had to share it, y'all. Let me see if I can, did someone delete it? Because I had reposted it. And it's gone now. See, look. See, I be trying to see stuff. So you see where they deleted the post. It was there earlier because I let me put my Nancy Drew hat on because I was like, But the post had basically said, it was like timestamps of pictures from back in June when the event happened at King Spy. And it was basically insinuating that it was impossible for Porsha to have recorded the conversation with Brit after Kenya's event. And I said, I don't think so. Okay. So I put my Nancy Drew hat on. Okay. And I went back because I do that. I go and I look and look and look. So they have posted this post. Okay. They have posted this post, which is Porsha. And she's brown hair child, her little hair and little outfit. Well, I forgot to send out the pictures up here. So if you watch the episode, okay, let me airdrop some stuff to myself. If you watched the episode, you would have saw Porsha wore that outfit and that hairstyle when she went and she met with Brit. Okay. When she met with Brit, she had this purple dress on because when she walked in, the straps fell off of her arm. Okay. And she, my strap fell out of my. Hey, Brit, how you doing, girl? And they sat down and had a little dinner. Okay. Why is it not uploaded? Oh, so let me do the picture, child. Hold on. Because did y'all watch the episode? I feel like I watched the episode. I hope y'all did. Airdrop, where are the downloads? Here we go. So, I just want to show y'all Porsha's outfit. Okay. I hate when I have to edit stuff. And I ain't prepared, child. I be hating it. Give me a second, y'all. Because I just forgot to bam. So again, Porsha posted this picture June 8th. Okay, holding up some gold naked hair straighteners and her little outfit and stuff. Because this is what I wear. And nobody wear an outfit more than one like that. No one has the same outfit and the same hair. Okay, so that's Porsha at the scene. Same purple dress, same strap on the shoulder, same hair. Okay, don't nobody really have the same hair and the same outfit. Okay, at all. I just want to say that. So I said, I don't know, Porsha. Let's see. So again, that's Porsha in the scene. This is what Porsha posted on her page. Again, you see right here the date at the bottom. We're going to get into it. June 8th, 2024. So again, the person that posted it said, oh, it was impossible for Porsha and Brit to have met up because she posted this outfit on June 8th. Okay. She posted this outfit, and this is what she wore to Kenya's event. Okay. She posted this on June 11th, which will make a person think, okay, that must mean that she went and met with Brit about 3 days before she went to Kenya's event. Okay, you catching up? Yeah. Look, I said, look, I had to be Nancy Drew because I said I just wondered, okay, did Bravo film Brit's apology after Kenya's event? Because the Bravo went and filmed an apology tour meeting between Porsha and Brit after Kenya's event. To me, they feel like we're gonna sit Porsha down. We need footage showing Brit saying sorry. So let's record it. So again, I'm just saying, I'm Nancy drawing it again. So this is her in the outfit she wore to Portia's event, ponytail outfit, person, all of that. Okay, and she posted this again June 11th. So that's June 11th. Okay, this is June 8th, which will make it seem like 3 days after she met up with Brit at the restaurant in the purple outfit with the hair and the lashes and the nude brownish lipstick that she went, and you know what I'm saying, that's what it seemed like. Okay, I said, but hold up, wait a minute. Let's put some facts in it. I said, well, you know what? Let's see who else posted around that time. I said, oh, let me go see Kenya stuff. Okay, now look, Miss Lawrence, who was at Kenya's event. This is a picture of him with Kenya and Cynthia at said event. He posted this picture on June 7th. Okay, he posted this on June 7th. So this is my thing. You can't post this. You can't post this unless it happened. So if Kenya's event happened on June 11th, when Porsha posted her picture of herself, then it's impossible. You have to look at the earliest picture because is Kenya in her outfit, her hair. You saying this is the event, June 7th, 2024. So that means the event had to happen at least on the 7th. So if Lawrence posted this on June 7th, okay, if Kenya posted the same picture on June 7th, okay, what a hair spot at? Hold on. I gotta go to hair spa. Kenya Moore hair spa. Let me go to my search. Kenya Moore hair spa. Hold on. This posted June 7th. Kenya in the car after said event posted on June 9th. Thank you, saying, hey y'all, the spa's not open because the event had happened a couple days prior. All I'm saying is Bravo one, because we seen the episode and the episode played and it showed it showed Porsha in this outfit meeting with Brit. And Brit was, I was wrong. I'm gonna say sorry to Kenya. I shouldn't have did it. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird because how can Porsha post this on June 8th? Because again, all this stuff I had to scroll back to. I had to scroll back on everyone's page. I went to Porsha page, Kelly page, Brit page. Everyone who was at that event. I went to everyone's page who was at that event to find, okay, what day, because y'all know Porsha, when show was being filmed, Porsha was on her social media recording herself getting dressed for filming. And so we would see them on the, she posted that on the thing. Again, Porsha, because Bravo can't come and call me a liar. We seen this scene played before Kenya's event, making it seem like they had a conversation before Kenya's event, so Brit was already sorry. Okay, so y'all see this is on. If you go to Porsha page and just scroll. Okay, that's June 8th. She posted her outfit on June 11th. Okay, but let's get to Kelly. This is what Kelly wore to the event. Kelly posted this on June 8th. That's what Kelly wore to Kenya's event. Okay, she had this posted when? June 7th. So Brit, okay. Brit, how you meet? How did you and Porsha meet up in Porsha outfit? Because again, y'all, no one is thinking when on social media, when you're posting pictures in real time, you not thinking a year later anyone like Jaylee is gonna go to your page and scroll. Matter of fact, let me show y'all what I do my due diligence. I do. Now look, this is recent stuff. Now she reposted this stuff yesterday. Okay, she reposted this 2 days ago. Okay, because she's reposting what she wore. But if you scroll back, you just go and scroll. Go and scroll. You look for what you're looking for. So I had to take my time trying to look with all my eyes to be able to see and say, okay, let me see what I can see from outfits she wore on the show to what she has posted on her page. And I said, girl, go on scroll. So no one can say I made it's on her page. Even if it's deleted tomorrow, it was on it today. Okay? You keep, because it's last year. It's last year. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Wherever I go, they go. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Boom. Keep scrolling with me. June 7th is when Kelly posted her outfit that she wore to Kenya's event in the Sprinter that she rode to Kenya's event in. Sunglasses, purse, shoes, Sprinter. Okay, that she posted back on June 7th of 2024. Sis, we've been giving them the blues. Meaning, because at this point in time, they're pissed at Kenya for what she posted about Brit. So in real time, sis, we get them the blues. The blues. Real Housewives of Atlanta, all the things. All of the things. Okay. So again, I'm just saying, if you go to the people, child, one greater, because I said let's see when, because when Kelly, Kenya, and Porsha met up, this is the outfit that she wore to Kenya's salon to help them pick the models. Even if Porsha posts things late, even if she posts things late, it still don't compute. Because what else I did, okay? Because I said, Porsha, Porsha, was you posting things late? What was that, Porsha? Hold on, hold on. Hold on, I got one for you. Hold on, because Porsha always posting. Okay, she's always posting. She had reposted the picture yesterday. She had reposted the thing yesterday. The get your gotcha was, even if she posted it late, why the outfit is the same. And is it a coincidence that right at Kenya's event, because she's posting stuff for the show as she's filming the show. When the show was being shot, Porsha was consistently on her social media, showing herself getting dressed, posting her outfits, because that's how we kept seeing. That's how we're seeing stuff in real time now that we seen them post months ago. Months ago, and y'all know she could not. Her and Brit friends, child, Brit new face. Anyway, but I got to scroll a lot to get to this because Porsha posts a whole bunch. Porsha posts a whole bunch, okay, and she keep posting flat irons. If y'all want to go get them, I don't know. But she keep posting stuff again. Even her reposting her and Kenya. Okay, but I just want to point to y'all, because at the time of filming, she was consistently posting herself either getting dressed and showing off her outfit and her hair that she was going to film in when they were filming. And I kept saying, well, let me see. Because while she kept reposting that picture, the first time she posted it was June 8th. Just saying. Her confessional look, okay, doing confessionals. I'm just saying, it seemed like from when she posted her picture and how she was posting back then, production filmed them, meaning Porsha and Brit, after the fact. Again, a different thing, because she posted this in December. Oh, I don't want to. Oh my God, I gotta scroll. Hold on, y'all. I gotta scroll all the way back now. I didn't mean to click out of it. Hold on. I just want y'all to see. She posted. Where did it go? So this oh, right here. So again, showing that, which means she did a whole bunch of pictures in this outfit to post on social media later. Okay, because let's keep scrolling. I'm just saying we're gonna get to it, because it's because we kept saying the scene felt weird. We kept saying that that Brit was so rah. How was she so calm a day or two later? It didn't make any sense. It's because it wasn't right after. It was because production said, hey, you need to do damage control. And to do damage control, you need to go sit and film with these people and act civilized. Okay. Porsha's always posting pictures. She's always posting with her stuff and blopty blue. However, I said, girl, again, she's posting again. She posted this again in July of 2024. Okay. So, which means she was reposting the same picture because she took multiple pictures when she had the glam and stuff done. But the first time she posted said picture, this is July 6th. Okay, because my hair done, my outfit cute, my nails done. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this and that and the other. I'm gonna do this, that, and the other. Hold on. Again, her outfit, June 11th, that she wore to Kenya's event. Okay. This is the first time she posted this, June 8th. I kept going back to see, did she post it at any time before? And I'm like, no, because why? That is when They were filming. That's when they were the events happened kind of back to back to back. Okay, kind of back to back to back. You had Kelly's event. You had it was Kelly's event. Then it was Angela's event. Then it was Kenya's event. So they're posting stuff on here in real time because she's going to these events. So I'm going to post stuff in real time. Okay. May 28th, because it was her filming stuff. I'm filming stuff. I want to be killed. Okay. Her and Kenya in May. All of this stuff they were taking pictures while doing things. Just saying. Just saying. Again, we've seen this outfit play out on the show. So the first, I'm just showing y'all. I'm just doing my due diligence. Again, her and this outfit, filming stuff. This is when her and Shamia went to the strip club. Just saying. This is when she was filming going to her lawyer's office. Porsha was posting pictures in real time on days of filming. Either days of filming or maybe a day or so after filming. But again, she didn't post that outfit and that hair before then because it hadn't happened yet. It hadn't happened yet. You see that she does repost pictures, but the first time she posted that picture was when the picture had happened in real time. Why? Because she did her hair and the outfit for filming. So all I'm saying is production, you seem messy as fuck. You seem messy. Because again, June 7th, it seems that was Kenya's event. Per the pictures and the post from the people. So if her event was June 7th, I'm just asking why she posted this on June 8th. That's all I'm asking. Kelly outfit. That's all I'm asking. We know Kelly met with them on June 5th. Everything was back. So it feels like the one scene of of Porsha and Brit at that restaurant was filmed after the event to make it feel like Brit is so sorry. Brit is so sorry. Let's film her saying sorry. Let's film her saying she's going to apologize and blocky bloop. To me, that's what happened. To me, when Kenya kept on saying, well, it wasn't revenge porn, they said, hey, Kenya, Porsha, Brit, y'all need to go sit down and film together. It always felt weird. I was like, because this is my question. If Brit had already sat with Shamia and Angela and said, I'm sorry, I'm going to say sorry, oops. Why did she then have to be with Porsha? The fact that Porsha wasn't there with Shamia and Angela also speaks volumes. Because ain't that her best friend? I'm just wondering. When Porsha met up with Kenya, okay, in this outfit right here, when she met up, when Porsha and let me find a picture. When Porsha met up with when Porsha met up with Kelly and Kenya at Kenya's salon, it seemed as if she would have mentioned, well, I talked to Shamia. Brit didn't talk to Kelly about talking to Shamia and talking to Angela. If Brit and Kelly were so close, why didn't we see Kelly talking to Brit? I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering if that's her boo boo, her friend, her good friend. Why did we not see Brit have any kind of conversation with Kelly? That's her hostess friend. That's what she know outside the show. So Brit only met with other people. Shamia didn't tell Porsha nothing that Brit said. Kelly ain't talked to her. None of it made sense to me. I was like, this seems off. This seems a little off. But I'm just saying. I'm just asking the question. Because they met up. Okay. And that's the outfit. That's the outfit. It was weird. Everyone, it seemed weird. I don't know why they did it. I have no idea. Separate from that, even look right here, where Kenya made this post on June 1st. So this more than likely is when Angela's event, because that's what she wore to Angela's event. That's a teal, Tiffany blue teal dress she wore. That's the hair. So this is Kenya in real time. Because again, most of them were posting things in real time. We just did not know where they were going. Okay. So I feel like it's a whole bunch of real time moments for like just dates and stuff that we should think about. Because if Angela's event was around June, again, there's the vault, there's the bank. Okay. So this would seem like this was right when the event had happened. And Kenya's event was less than a week later. People were upset. Okay, people were upset because of the whole backlash. Now, let me get to Brit. This was Brit posted on Sunday. I'm still standing strong no matter what. And Porsha up at co-signing saying still fire. The friendship that Porsha has with Brit is weird. It just is. But Porsha want to check. Porsha wants her check. Is my check clear? Clear my check. Now, Kenya had posted, because she was like, Bravo still didn't really show her actual event. We saw a cut down, edited version of her event. I love that Kenya said, no, let me post my shit myself. Let me show y'all that it was actually a whole nice event. And I went to hell at the end of my event. After people came, saw my spa and whatever, I went and raised holy hell at the end. But even her, like, Bravo still didn't really show her event the same way they cut it out last season, which means why she said let me cause a ruckus this season, so this time it can't be cut. If I call Brit ass out, it can't be cut out. If I call her out, they can't cut it out. And I think that's why she chose to do that, because what you gonna do? Okay. So she did, for you've been my bestie for 12 years, and I love and appreciate you so much that you cried with me when all my hard work from the salon was cut by production and none of it was shown. Because again, last season, and this is when, last season, the ending was supposed to be her salon, a soft launch, and Bravo cut it out completely. Okay, cut it out completely. So her point was, I did something, to make a splash. Okay. And she was thanking Lawrence, but for some reason Lawrence name is not in here no more. But she said thank you to people. Thank you, Miss Lawrence, blah blah blah. Thank you, blah blah blah. To the cast of Housewives of Atlanta season 16, I wish you in a couple of seasons. To my friends and family, thanks for loving me, flaws and all. And thank you to the stunning women who have patronized my spa. Love and blessings. So it seemed like you're saying bye, bitch. It does seem like a goodbye. I would not be surprised if she did not want to go back next season based on how they did her. Now, this is my thing. No one is saying that she was right for putting other dick sucking photos or whatever. But I do think she feels as if they did not handle this situation the best. I do think she feel like she was the only one reprimanded. And that's why, it's a bit crazy. So she said, I gotta go, bitch. Now when Andy, where is it at? Andy on his podcast was having a conversation about the event and what happened.
What happened is that Brit made a comment at the end of last week's episode, like, I have a gun and a whip or something like that.
I saw that.
And on this week's episode, they all said to Brit that you can't say that shit. And she was like, yeah, you're right. Whatever. She shows up to Kenya's opening of her gorgeous salon, which is beautiful, that Kenya has worked so hard on, that she dedicated to her daughter. And it's this big event, opening it with all these people there. And Brit comes in and brings her flowers and says, I want to apologize to you, and a note. And Kenya totally ignores her. Like,
again, they're trying to paint this picture of, oh, Brit was so sorry. She was so sorry. As soon as she said it, she was sorry. She couldn't believe she said it. And she came to King's event so humble with flowers. And Kenya did this for, they're making it seem as if Kenya is the villain in this situation. And they are completely skimming over Kenya, saying she brought up a gun and said, I'm going to learn. The stuff that Brit said was alarming. Kenya complained to production. And even as Andy Cohen is talking, he's still like, oh, she just said she had a gun. You know what I'm saying? She just said it. You know what I'm saying? There was a little, and that was said. You know what I'm saying? So I think the reason is that I think everyone feel like Bravo glossed over Kenya's complaint of the gun mentioned while in the argument. And I think that's what pissed her off enough to take it to hell.
Like, totally. And Brit's like, okay, I'm just going to leave these here. And Brit leaves. And then Kenya gets up and makes her whole opening about someone came after me and they shouldn't have. And I started looking into who this woman is, and this is who she is. And she starts showing pictures of her.
With like poster board that she printed
out. And this is like
one of the pictures is
revenge
her.
porn type.
Yes.
Okay.
It is not revenge porn, technically, for one. And for two, even though they keep saying, oh, she made her whole event about Brit, she actually didn't. Because from what we saw, the whole event had happened. People came, took pictures. It was a whole hair show. You saw it was you, because Bravo did not show the event. Bravo showed it as if, oh, folks showed up and then she did this. And that isn't what happened. So even how Bravo edited the show made it seem as if Kenya's whole event was about Brit. And that's not true. And I said in my review, I said, it seems as if at the end of her event, she then went off on Brit. At the end. Because we saw everything else. We saw the hair, we saw all of that. But they're making it seem as if Kenya's whole event had nothing. But that's not true.
One of the pictures is her
oral sexing.
Yeah. And so, and the Atlanta Housewives are like, we're out. We don't want any. The place like clears out.
Yeah.
And then there's and Cynthia said, in all my time at the show, this is the lowest I've ever seen anything get.
Even though Porsha and Phaedra try to accuse Candy and Todd of SA and RAP of the E, okay, even though we seen Porsha drag Kenya physically, we seen Porsha and Porsha and Cynthia fought. I think didn't Cynthia kick Porsha in his stomach? Didn't we see Candy? I'll drag this bitch. Didn't we've seen stuff. We seen Porsha fighting his mama. There's also been fights and crazy shit on the other shows. We've seen on American Medicine, we've seen Quad and them accuse Mariah of being on cocaine. So I feel like to even say, no, I get it. No one wants to see someone giving head, but let's not act like we ain't seen porn.
And so that's what, and then there's a slide at the end of the show that says, Bravo, stop filming with Kenya after this.
Well, they say there's all this talk of, after the Me Too movement, it's like if you show someone a dick pic or a nude pic without them saying, yes, I would like to see that right now, that's like sexual assault.
Yes, Jordan.
So yeah, so now let's come on now, Toya and Mariah fighting a full-on brawl in gowns. So I'm like to say this is not the worst, and that's just what I can remember from the shows I watch. I know the Vanderpump Rules kids were fired for being racist to the one black employee. The fuck? They had to cancel Housewives of New York for racist stuff. What do you mean? But again, the co-host making it a connection between, if someone shows you this, it's SA. So now King's an SAer.
Well, I was going to say, the bad part of it and the sad part of it was that, like you said, it was Kenya's opening of her store that she's worked so hard for, and that it's been Kenya Moore hair care for years.
Yes.
And it was like a big moment for her.
Why
and
did
like
she do that?
She should have been celebrating herself, but instead she used the time to like do revenge porn and bring somebody else down. And at the end of the day, it was such a bad look for Kenya.
Yeah, why would
and
she
she
do that?
sabotaged herself and her business.
Yeah. What's she thinking?
Jody from Minneapolis, what did you?
So yeah, Fader brought a tape to the reunion. Brandy accusing Andy of doing, being inappropriate. Okay, there's on Below Deck, one of the guy bosuns, it was a drunk crew member who was in her bed, passed out drunk, and one of the guys went in her bedroom naked, and production had to intervene. That's horrible. So even since, this is the worst thing. This is the worst thing. So Kenya did comment, as you see on the screen. The two co-hosts are clearly ignorant. SA is RAP in the E. Remember, that's what Fader accused Candy of doing, attempting to do to Porsha. Revenge P is someone showed Kim K's sex tape to you. Is that revenge porn? No, because Kim K signed off on said tape. Okay, said I found that plus tons of others online. She signed a release for it, so it's a fair receipt. Warning: if you are not an attorney familiar with Georgia's law, then shut the fuck up. Sick of the bias and selective outrage. These comments should not have aired. It's a podcast. We're legal. You don't want activated Kenya. I shouldn't have shown at my event. But for the love of God, why would they ignore a clear gun threat? And that's my point. It's not about Kenya being right in what she did. It's about how they're making it seem like she's the only one that was wrong, and then making her actions be like these illegal situations. No one who does any kind of softcore porn or whatever kind of porn, no one really wants it to come up if they're not doing it anymore. However, when you sign off on doing that kind of stuff, it is in the public domain. And Kenya's right. You can't say I'm doing revenge P when you were paid to do these acts. You sign off for it to be on whatever site. I did not have any private sexual content sent to me that I then posted publicly. And also, let's not forget, Bravo could have easily not aired this shit. If this was so horrible, why did Bravo choose to air it? Bravo used Kenya as clicks and views. They played up this thing of her, of what did Kenya do? What did she post? What's going to happen? They use Kenya for views, but then they're also villainizing her for the same thing. We have known for years on these shows that sometimes if something happens and is that bad, they cut it out. They won't show it because it's that bad. They could have easily also edited out Brit and the pow pow stuff, but they chose to air it. And what I did not like was they're also glossing over. Kenya went on Tamron Hall and a couple other shows, and she acknowledged what she did was wrong. She took accountability for it, but no one is showing that. They're making it seem as if Kenya went to her event, pulled out some dick that Brit sucked, and then left it at that. This is the thing. The reason I would say it's not that is because, like Kenya mentioned, if anyone goes in a room full of people and shows Kim K's sex tape, it's not SA. Because Kim signed off on that content. And to me, if you ever do PORN, I don't think, because the point in doing that kind of content is for folk to see it. In my opinion. And I think when Kenya said, I knew Bravo would not show it. I knew, so we didn't see it. We didn't see it. Like she said, I knew Bravo wouldn't show it. I knew it wouldn't be seen by who was in the room. But even not even that point. Kenya's already said I shouldn't have done it. Kenya has already said I shouldn't have done it. Yes, it was wrong. I did take it too far. And the fact, in my opinion, they keep showing Brit saying how I was wrong. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say sorry, but they're not acknowledging that Kenya did the same thing. Kenya and Brit both did something and took something too far. Brit bringing up guns in the midst of a argument was too far. Kenya showing that the lady sucking dick was too far. Both ladies did something that should have got them both reprimanded. And everyone in the room was like, I don't want to see this. So it's no one is saying what Kenya did was right. I'm saying it's not revenge P, it's not SA. It's still wrong. It's still wrong. But I don't like how they're glossing over what Brit did. That's crazy. And Bravo should have absolutely scrapped the whole thing. Bravo should have never showed the event. Technically, if you fired Kenya for what she did, don't show it. If you fired Kenya for what she did, don't show it. But the people was upset because Brit said something offensive that Kenya didn't like, but she got to keep her job. Period. And I don't think that's fair. I think both Brit and Kenya should have been suspended. And I don't think it should have been a whole season. I think both of them should have been suspended for like a couple episodes. Some bad shit happened. Give them both time to calm down, and they come back after about 3 episodes, and they have to sit down and discuss what happened. But Bravo should not have showed Kenya saying the stuff about Brit, if you were going to also fire her, well, sit her down for a season. People, I always say, people, even the law tells people, if someone says to you, I got a gun, I'm going to beat you up, I'm a whatever, that's a threat. But they can act on it because no one has harmed you. So the fact that people are saying, well, she didn't pull out a gun, she wasn't in Kenya's face. No one should have to be physically accosted for someone's threatening words to be taken seriously. You know what I'm saying? And to me, Bravo used this incident to promote the show. You know what I'm saying? They use this incident as, oh, bad Kenya, bad Kenya. But let's watch it. Even on BT Plus, when Jocelyn and Amber Rose had a fight, that we heard about a fight, but they didn't air it. We knew about the fight. We seen them arguing. However, they did not air the fight. Bravo should not have aired nothing. So her being pissed, like y'all playing, y'all willfully ignored what she did to me, which is why Kenya did what she did. In my opinion, because my thing is, I don't think what Kenya did should have gotten her fired for a season. I think she should have been suspended for about 3 episodes, which means her pay is docked. But I think the same thing should have happened to Brit. Both of them are guilty of taking things too far. Both of them should know better. Even Kenya saying on Chairman Hall, I shouldn't have done it. I did take it too far. I should have never done it. Like she said, she has acknowledged what she did wrong, and it feels like Bravo is ignoring that because it keeps Kenya being the villain. And then Brit is the victim. And we know the next episode, child, we're going to see Brit cry. Oh, my God, why would she do that to me? Why would she do that? And I don't care. I don't care at all. I don't. Not because Brit deserves to be disrespected or Brit deserves to be hurt, but because Brit came on this show trying to beef with somebody to get on the show and stay on the show, and look what it caused. We've seen Kenya activated. This ain't it. And she was stupid enough to allow herself to put herself in a hole to where she, is not sitting down and Brit isn't. But I don't feel like I don't think Brit is an innocent victim in this. I don't think what Kenya did should now warrant Brit to being this, oh my God, this victim. And again, fans were comparing the two because y'all sat Kenya down to bring Phaedra back. When Phaedra was sat down because she created us a lie about SA, about Candy. And to this day, she's never acknowledged her part in it. Never. So you brought someone back who did kind of, sort of worse than Kenya. Because she made up a rumor about Candy and Todd. They could have ruined Candy and Todd and got them arrested. So it's not about Kenya being innocent. It's not about what she did being okay. It's about what's fair is fair. So you put her off the show and bring in Phaedra. It was like, what do you mean? Yeah, Brit was on OnlyFans. She was doing things publicly on the social medias, you know, and y'all know Twitter is porn, and that's where it was. Okay, so but you bring in Phaedra. Okay. Anyway, I feel like
What happened?
oh no, I gotta close this up. I feel like Kenya should not come back to Housewives until Brit Edie is held accountable as well. Okay, as well. Because there's just, you know, free Kenya, justice for Kenya, all that stuff. No one, they're ignoring what Brit did, which is what pissed Kenya off in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Kenya was reposting, you know, stuff that other folks had posted. Someone said, so none of them heard the pistol comment, but Kenya, is that what they're saying? It seems like Porsha is the only one that believed her, but damn. So it was really Kenya versus everybody. Well, the proof is there. Now what's this Bravo? And Kenya said, Porsha and I stayed behind at a talk to the showrunner. Porsha saw my reaction and she was concerned. The producer called security to walk to my car. That wasn't there yet. So the whole thing was, child, this shit had happened. Okay, and it was a complaint was being made. I still feel like they showed June 8th, okay, June 7th. I still feel like they filmed that episode with Porsha and Brit after King's event because they felt like we have to show Brit being apologetic, in my opinion. Okay. Lastly, Porsha. Y'all know Porsha's always on some bullshit. Okay, Porsha's always on some BS, and we don't like it. So Porsha has a YouTube channel now. Okay, she wants to do You of the Tubes. Y'all first take 30 good old seconds, y'all, and like the video. Okay, so Porsha is on YouTube now, child, because everybody and their mama got a YouTube channel, you know, because they want to make, they taking the views from me, for whatever. Porsha had like a 20-something minute video that she posted up today. Again, go watch the whole thing on her channel and stuff like that. But y'all like this video, okay? Because y'all like this video. But Porsha was talking about, first of all, my complaints about Porsha's video. At one point, Porsha sped up her talking so fast you couldn't really understand. So I had to slow it down a lot. So you will see her mouth is gonna be weird. Porsha, you can't say you have a channel to spill tea, and you then spill said tea, which ain't really tea, it's some piss, and you do it so quickly we can't even hear what you're saying. That's stupid. That's dumb. Okay. So this is what she said. Let's watch and then get done.
Happening in the beginning of filming, and I start filming my scenes as such.
Again, I only have a portion of it to watch her whole thing. Go over there.
And that's what we were doing. I did a scene with my mom and my sister, which they flashed back to, but they didn't show the scene. And then I did a scene with Kenya and Cynthia, who came over to my mom's house, and they were, you know, just supporting me and talking about the whole situation and where I was mentally. A lot of that happened in the first, you know, part of my filming. Sitting down, talking to the girls, and again, even in that first scene with Drew, this is my first time seeing her in the whole situation. I don't know. I'm just like super, y'all can't even tell how tense and how super sensitive everything feels to me. So
we saw when Porsha was fussing at Drew at Shamia's house, and she's saying that was my first time seeing Drew, and I was just overwhelmed.
Yes, it was extra hyped up that day. She definitely got, I don't know who she got read by, because honestly, I don't think I've ever said nobody was a low down dirty dog. Like, damn, where the hell that came from? I reached back for that read. Like, that, I mean, that sounds so auntie, but I don't know which ancestor was talking to me that night, but it was not me. And anyway, she got the brunt of it, okay? And it was what it was. But no, the whole time for me was just like surreal. I'm just kind of floating through these girls and these groups at this moment. I really am. I'm floating through meeting with anybody that you see, because my mind, as I'm sitting there talking to them, it's really not on them. It's really in survival mode. And I don't know, I know there's like maybe 80+% people in America who've been through a divorce or going through a divorce. You just can't think of nothing else. I'm sorry. And when you have to care about something else, the care, it's kind of like, I care, but I really don't care. I'm sorry. It's just kind of like I care, but I don't care.
So this is my thing. You know, she talked about, well, you know, I was going off on Drew, but y'all don't get it. I'm going through divorce. It's so hard on me. You know, when you're going through divorce, you don't think. Okay? Nothing else matters or whatever. And I'm like, but Drew was also going through a divorce. So how do you want us to give you grace and you would not give Drew any grace? So I feel like, you know, if you're saying when you're going through divorce, it's me, I can't really concern myself with anyone else. Drew said that. Drew said, I was going through my divorce. It was very hard for me. And the only way I was able to get through it was because I was in the studio making music with Dennis, but whatever. So, Porsha, how do you want us to feel bad for you when you and Drew were going through the same thing?
Because you are in fight or flight. You're in survival mode. So you're not only trying to take care of you, your heart, your mind, and survive. I'm taking care of Pilar's mind, heart, and helping her make it through the situation. So,
girl, please stop using your daughter as a tool for sadness. Okay? You ain't the first woman to go through divorce with a child. Drew got 3 kids. Okay? Drew has 3 children who has only known Ralph as their daddy. Okay? He been in their life for their whole life. You and Pilar just met your husband 2 years ago. But that's on you. But even the person, I got up from here, Pilar. So Drew's point was the same. I am trying to survive, and my husband is in the house with me. Your husband is somewhere detained for deportation. So even I had to protect Pilar from what? Pilar has Dennis. Simon was not Pilar's father figure for long enough for her to be so traumatized that he left. If you ask, how often was Simon around? He was always flying back and forth. So stop making it seem as if I had to worry about Pilar. My daughter, girl, you're talking about fussing with another woman who has 3 children who is also going through divorce while on a show. Why would y'all not talk? I'm just wondering.
I don't know. That's just a tidbit about like where my mental space was starting to film. And I have to fill y'all in on it because it's not shown on the show because they didn't have access and felt like they couldn't show some of that part.
Because your husband would not allow you to not film him or that house. So I feel like because Simon was like, look, y'all can't film here. And Porsha knew I have nothing else to film. Let me be for Drew. She'll eat Target.
Which, well, a lot of that part. And honestly, if it's happening this much, it's probably going to continue. You may not even see that much about my divorce, actually. I think we may go right into the Drew and Dennis of it all as if that was a big factor in my life. And it really, really fucking wasn't. But that's probably what they're going to focus on. I don't know. Or this crazy narrative that they've now, you know, that has been presented with Shamia. I don't know.
Again, Porsha trying to say, you know, they're putting on this narrative that Drew and Dennis was a big part of my life. No, you did. You did. You met up with Shamia and the Peoples, met up with Dennis. You made it seem like this Drew and Dennis situation was a part of your life. It would ruin your life. You brought it up. You brought it to the show. We did not eat. This is the thing. In real time, we weren't seeing Drew into this posting with Drew in the studio. You made it about them as like a couple in the weird shit. So, trying to say what they made it seem like, no, even her and Shamia, you did shit that was weird. You and your mama filming, your mama saying, don't trust the dog. You and your mama, and you did stuff that looked suspect. How you talk about Shamia was suspect. So she's making it seem as if like production trying to make another narrative because they couldn't get much about my divorce. You did that. I think you said, let me bring up other things so that way I'm not a bullshit person on the show. They brought me back for me and Simon, and now I can't discuss Simon. Simon ain't here. I have nothing.
Which one it is, but it's not going to be what I actually was going through. So I just wanted to put that part out there. I don't know, there's a couple things during the season that is happening that I'm watching. And that's another thing, like, I'm so glad that we have YouTube now. Like, we've never had this. Like, we ain't never really had no real ass conversation, just us. You know what I'm saying? Just between us.
YouTube has been around forever. Candy had speak on it for years. So even Porsha making it seem as if I never had any platform to talk to y'all. We ain't never had YouTube. We've been had YouTube. We've been reviewing the show on YouTube for years. Delusional bitch. I feel like, what do you mean? We got YouTube now, y'all. We can talk, girl. We've been had it. You ain't been saying shit.
We really had that. We may have had like an after show here or there, but like I said, ain't no motherfucking producers here. We've been had a real conversation. And I mean, I don't want to get in trouble.
Porsha still ain't really said shit. So it ain't a production here, ain't no producers. Girl, what tea? Give us some tea then.
But I don't know the rules. So we're just gonna go ahead and talk. Let's get into it. So when it comes to the
when she said, I'm gonna get some Popeye's chicken or some turkey chicken now, and I'm gonna sit and eat, she had all that. I'm like, what all that food there for? What all that food there for, girl?
Dennis and the Drew, by the way, go pick up her album. I think it's great. I think she did a great job with this. And baby daddy, you did a good job too. All right, they did a good job. But I have to say this.
When it's the but for me. It's the but for me. I was like, why you don't like that lady? Why don't you like Drew? Why you want to beef with her so bad? I don't understand the point. Drew put out a whole album. Girl. The whole sipping tea, girl, shut up.
I have to expose something. Or maybe I don't have to, but I want to.
So y'all do, I want to point out something. She just talked and said how we did not get the realness of her divorce, of what she was going through. She's happy we have YouTube, so now she can talk. Why she ain't talking about her and Simon? Why she not talking about why she not giving us what the show did not give us? Why did Porsha go right from that to Drew and Dennis? Because Porsha ain't shit.
I don't believe it.
I don't.
So at this point on Porsha's video, she sped it up so fast that you could not understand what she said. So I had to slow it down to hear what Porsha was saying.
I don't believe the storyline. I don't. I really can see full picture now that the Dennis and Drew and Ralph, to me, feels like a made-up storyline between three of them.
So she said she think the Drew, Dennis, and Ralph made up a storyline between the three of them. I'm like, first of all, on the show, there is no Drew, Dennis, and Ralph. We saw Drew discuss her and Ralph divorcing, which they are, how Ralph lives in the basement, which he does, how she's been making music, which she does. It was never about me, Ralph, and Dennis. So for Porsha to say, I think that Drew, Ralph, and Dennis made this up. Girl, what?
I'm sorry, I think so. And I think so because, just think about it. On this show, this is clearly my show and Drew's show, right? And the other wives, it's their show as well. But
this is my show and Drew's show. How? You not giving us shit.
This is our platform, right? And a lot of people use the platform to like launch off whatever, and she's launching off music. So I feel like this plan of working together and doing something behind my back, like, you know, working together and all that, it was meant to be shocking to me. It was supposed to cause me to react like I did on the show, which would in turn make it a storyline and make it something that y'all would be interested in.
Porsha, you do know that Drew been doing music. You do know she sang at the last reunion because she's been trying to do music. Drew has been doing music for years. Before she was Drew Sidora on The Game, a singer for a reason. She played T-Boz on the TLC because she was an actress who also did music. Trying to say that Drew and them came up with this concoction for music but she been doing music. Now, when you had that Flatline song, that was you doing shit for the show. Because you ain't no singer. You ain't no singer. You know, so Ashley trying to sing is for the show. It's for attention. Because she ain't no singer. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like her trying to make it seem as if, well, Drew concocted a lie that she's a singer to work with Dennis, to get at me, to get at right. Why would she do that? And if that were true, girl, what?
It would make her album something to be interested in. And I'm gonna tell you why. There's no reason that Drew, who could not have texted me and told me that they were going to be filming together or working together. And at the end of the day, when it comes to whether they slept together and all that, that's none of my business. I never get in Dennis's personal life business and who he's sleeping with. And honestly, he don't need to be in mine. Okay.
And I have to pause because again, she's talking so fast. Even with me slowing it down, she's still talking real fast. Porsha saying, Dennis and me, we don't discuss our personal lives. You know, who I'm banging, who he banging. We don't do none of that. And I'm like, so if you are not into his personal life, why would you be involved in his private life? I'm just wondering, if you were not involved in his personal life, what he does personally, why would he then include you on what he's doing professionally? Why would he include you on anything going on professionally? Y'all don't talk like that. You just, girl, that don't make no sense to me. So why would he or Drew feel like we have to talk to Porsha if you are saying y'all don't get involved in each other's lives? And let's be clear, Porsha and Drew ain't friends. They aren't. Porsha had not been on the show for years at this point in time. Drew already knew Dennis, so it wasn't as if he was a stranger. Porsha, you full of shit. Porsha knew because she could not discuss Simon. She needed something to latch on to. That's why both Dennis and Drew said, man, just leave it alone.
We don't do that. I'm only talking about like what will piss me off. What's gonna piss Porsha off? Oh, I know. Working with someone she's working with and not telling her. It's all principle at the end of the day. It's just principle. It's not like whether they want to be together or because if you choose who you choose and that's how it works out for you guys, great.
Even her trying to say, okay, because if they fucking whatever, choose who you choose. Because I chose Fallon's husband. Choose who you choose.
Because nobody gets to choose who you're gonna fall in love with and whatever. In this life, if it happens, grab it. Okay, grab it. And who the fuck am I to speak on if you get with Dennis when clearly son, come on, we got together. Okay, what I'm saying? He was at the end of his divorce, had signed his settlement agreement, was waiting on the judge, just like where I'm at right now. So if I date, don't judge me either. Okay, it is what it is.
Stop trying to make excuses if you fucking a lady husband. Thank you, teacher, for super chat. Don't don't throw Abby in there. She can sing. Now she can sing, child. She can sing down to the no singing sound. That's it. That's it. The no singing sound is what she can do. But thank you for super chat. Porsha full of shit. Completely. If you don't care who that man fuck, how does who he work with bother you more than who he fucking?
And I feel like for them, if that's what they wanted to do, that's fine. But he knows he would be upset. Talking about Dennis, he would be upset if I went to work with his person at the hot dog factory. Like, he would be mad. If he found out I was working with him, or just let's say Drew, she's a better example. If I went and did a podcast with Ralph and she didn't know about it, she would be upset about it. Not only doing a podcast with him, filming him about it on the show. And by
now, they asked Drew, and Drew said, I would not care. If it's gonna bring money in my household, she can film with Ralph. I don't care.
Okay, give him an opportunity to possibly talk about her on the show. Come on now. This just makes sense.
Even her saying here, because it can give her husband a chance to talk about her on the show. Drew and Dennis weren't talking about you. That was about Drew's divorce. So the fact that she keeps saying Dennis is gonna have sing with Drew, and they're going to discuss me. If you never made it an issue, they would not have had to do that. It would have been about the music. You made it about you because you had nothing else to go on.
She said she would drag my ass or drag anybody if they call her baby daddy, okay? And Kenya said if anybody called Marky Mark with the nose ring, she was gonna have a problem with that. So come on now, let's just be honest. It is what it is. It's just crazy. It's like weird energy. But the part where I think it's fake is because they got me to react. It worked, clearly. I mean, if anybody can get,
I can't control how fast she talking. I slowed this down, and it's still fast. So y'all just listen up.
Touch a nerve with Porsha, it's gonna be Dennis at the end of the day. There's some trauma there, there's some love there from back in the day. Look, he can get to you, okay? Your baby daddy can always poke whatever he needs to poke. When I was at Porsha, I was sitting at Porsha and I saw Ralph. And Ralph was like, hey Porsha, and I was like, hey, how you been? He was like, I'm good. And I was like, y'all straight now? He was like, what you mean? I was like, you and Dennis, are y'all straight? He was like, no man, I don't really understand what's going on with that. I don't really know. I said, you don't really know? I said, y'all not cool? He was like, I don't know, we ain't cool.
So she just said, I ran into Ralph somewhere. And Ralph was saying he don't know what's going on between Drew and Dennis. He don't know. He ain't really cool with Dennis or whatever. So she's saying that's what Ralph said to her. But my thing is, we all know Ralph a shit starter. So the fact that Porsha is even bringing that Ralph as a character witness shows you how desperate she is. We know Ralph ain't shit. We know Ralph is a gaslighter. So Porsha using Ralph as her point of reference, girl, how desperate are you? But then she's saying Ralph said he not really feeling Dennis right now.
I said, okay, all right. I said, well, I thought y'all would have been asking right now. I thought y'all would have talked about it. He said, no. I said, okay, all right. No problem. Fast forward, Dennis texted me, and he's like, what do you say? Drew is really upset. And I was like, what she upset about? He's like, she got some flowers at the house, and Ralph thinks they're from me. And I said,
Porsha now saying, she's talking fast. She's saying Dennis called her and told her, yeah, Ralph mad at Drew because she got flowers and Ralph think they may be for me.
Huh? I said, nobody give a fuck about Drew. Like, I don't care what you tell me this for. He's like, I mean, just in case you want to use it for storyline. I said, Nick, nobody gives a fuck about Drew right now. Not that I'm hating on the bitch, but I don't care. And
not that I'm hating on that bitch. Who care about Drew? Blah, blah, blah. Again, Porsha is trying to make something. Even this is something to discuss at the reunion.
So we got on the phone, and I thought to myself, did you just try to insert something into the storyline? Like, okay, that was weird. Fast forward again, Atlanta had their very first premiere party. Y'all remember that? We had our very first premiere party for our show. And I sent Dennis a message like, hey, you need to come to the premiere party. And he was like, what? And I said, yeah, you all over the show. And then I'm like, what you mean? Should you come? Yeah, that should come. What about the beach?
Now, also, let's say this. Dennis ain't all over the show, ain't all over Atlanta Housewives at all. At all. So that's allowed within itself. Dennis ain't all over nothing.
He was like, oh, okay. He was like, well, you know what? If I come, what I supposed to, I may just come with Ralph then. I said, Ralph? He was like, yeah. I said, but I thought y'all was beefing. Me? He said, me? Why would I beef with Ralph? I said, oh, y'all not beefing? He said, no. I said, oh, okay. I hung up the phone. I said, this man, I forgot that he said he was beefing with him. So I said, okay.
But no, Dennis didn't tell you he was beefing with Ralph. Ralph told you he was upset with Dennis. So how girl, you just said Ralph said he was upset about stuff and he did not know what was going on. You said Dennis said Ralph thought he sent Drew flowers. Dennis ain't never tell you he was beefing with Ralph. So even trying to make it seem as if Dennis was making up things, Dennis was forgetting to say things. Like, no, you were trying to concoct stories for yourself to bring on the show later on. You seem like the goddamn point maker of making it a point to cause issue between you and Drew and Ralph and Dennis.
All right, I got it. I see what's going on. This was a whole setup. This was all set up to sell this music, okay? And everybody is in on it at the end of the day. And
bitch, no one needed you to be upset with Drew for us to want to hear her music. On the show, we've only seen her sing a part of a song from her album. However, on social media, publicly, Drew and Dennis have been pushing her music and not even discussing the show. Drew did a whole rollout for her album as a musician. She is using the show as for promotion, yes, but however, what do you mean that you're supposed to do that? You're supposed to use the show you're on for promotion. You making it something out that it isn't. You want to make it seem as if, girl, if it was fake, it wouldn't be an album. Fake shit is we're going to act like we work together, but nothing ever comes from it. Drew put out a really good album that Dennis helped her make. You sound stupid.
they just use it. So I'm leaving it there. But that's what I think. I think the whole Drew and Dennis of it all is fake. I also heard that Drew was at she was about to go to an event. Another housewife told me this because we were like, I think this is fake. Another housewife was like, oh, there's this event coming up, and Drew was like, oh, I should invite Ralph to that. And the girl was like, Ralph? And she was like, oh yeah, you know, he and I, we just have a funny relationship like that. How is it funny? Is y'all both going to divorce or not? Because I tell you right now, I ain't inviting my estranged husband to nothing. Okay, not nothing.
You can't. He detained. So her just saying another housewife, she didn't say who, but another housewife was saying it was some event, and Drew then said, oh, maybe I'll invite Ralph. And they Ralph, and she said, well, yeah, we like it, whatever. Not all exes hate each other. Drew and Ralph live in the same household. So they are coexisting. And if they're trying to coexist, why would she not invite him to whatever event? He might like that event. It might help bring money to the household because he had to still pay bills. Girl, the fuck why? Even her saying, I would never invite my ex because your ex-husband was current husband. You can't. He is in the deportation portal. Okay, Simon somewhere in the deportation portal waiting to be portaled to somewhere else. You can't invite him anywhere else. You can't. So again, even her having a whole YouTube channel that was supposed to give an insight into what she going through, she spent the whole thing talking about Drew and Ralph and Dennis. You couldn't spill your own tea. This gives desperation. It gives loneliness. It gives, I need some help. The fuck. And again, the video was about 22 or so minutes or whatever. But when she sat down to get the tea, it was nothing that I felt was authentic. It was her trying to push a narrative that she created. she created this narrative that, oh, Drew and Dennis is messing around, okay? And they didn't tell me about messing around. And so I'm upset. And I'm upset. I'm upset. And y'all upset. And we all upset. And I don't know. And blah, 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 blah. I said, girl, because it's her channel right here. Okay. So she's up to 2,000 subscribers. Okay. The video has about 6,000 views. It has 238 comments. And I was like, girl, the fuck bye. I don't like it. It aggravates me. You know, I don't know why she got all that food around there. It should not be no mukbang. She ain't eating all that food. The house ain't fully decorated. A new dog child named Dennis McKinley. You know, the dog got McKinley in his name. It's like Dog McKinley Williams. I'm like, why is McKinley in there? She made one today. She didn't have one before. She had one today. And I feel like, I think I seen someone else say something about she thought it was going to be speak on it. Let me see if I can find it. Porsha, I do feel like Porsha wanted it to be like a speak on it. And we said no. Oh. She thought it was going to be, it's a no. It's an absolute no. And not because she's not entertaining, but I feel like she's pushing a narrative because she can't discuss Simon. She's pushing a narrative to keep beefing with Drew, because for someone to say, I don't care about Drew and Dennis, that's all you talk about. And I seen a preview for the next episode where it was Porsha, Angela, Angela, Shamia, Drew, and maybe Kelly sitting around, and they were asking Drew about her divorce at first. And then Angela was like, Porsha, how you feel? And, oh, you know, it's so hard for me. Girl, Porsha does not want to address her failed marriage, her fucking lady husband. And so she's trying to pass the buck off on to Drew. She wants it to be a whole beefing situation with Drew. And that's just stupid to me, because they did the album. That's proof that, you know, it was what it was supposed to be. They did the album. Had Drew and Dennis been talking like, we're doing an album and we didn't get no music and we didn't get nothing, then say it was a scheme for the bullshit. But they actually did the album. It actually came out. It was a good album, and they're still promoting it. And you ain't doing shit besides now you're on YouTube. Anyway, child, I don't like Porsha. I don't like Porsha. I feel like Porsha is a conniving individual, and she likes to lie on people to get herself out of trouble. And I don't like it. Anyway, y'all, that is all I have for y'all today. I will be live tomorrow for a little chit chat, but there's also other videos up on my channel, so go watch them. Again, remember, I am not only doing live, y'all. I've been premiering videos that are up on my channel that if YouTube don't tell y'all is there, okay? So you can't only watch for the live, you have to watch for the recorded stuff too, okay? But remember, you can't trust Porsha. Okay? Do not trust that lady. Until Porsha has an honest conversation about what she went through with Simon, I don't care about nothing she's saying. Okay? Nothing at all. Anyway, I gotta go. I love you all. Have a good night. Happy Tuesday. Get some tequila, some tacos, or some titties, okay? And be safe. Anyway, I gotta go. I love you all. Bye.